Matchup is now underway. This time, it's going to be between the PSA KEAS going up against Elite WA Basketball. Dito lamang sa ating Smart NBTC Manila Live. And they're going to have to get a lot more of these wins moving forward. Lalo na ngayon, magsisimula na ang ating laban. There you finally have it all the way. Two misses coming in from Elite WA to actually start things off right now. As Sanchez tries to figure something out here. More passes are being given. Now it's Elite Mangoba. Try to figure something out. Hinojas with a miss. Another possession, this time by Meyer Hoffer as he lands the first 2 points. Now the KEAS are looking to set things up, but that is not the best way to do so. As De Guzman was not in the best position for Elite WA. So with that being, the KEAS weren't in the best position to be able to do that. So with that being said, we're still going to try to continue and proceed. Española. All found out by Bartolome, but the pass was too strong. Play still continues. Javines leaves it for Bartolome, but couldn't get the basket to go. There's another shot. Soft touch. The roll is not going to happen. Now they proceed. Mangoba, ball was stopped. So Bartolome is going to be slowing it down. Together with Sanchez, who brings it to the right. Javines lights up a three. That's good. First 2 points para kay first 3 points para kay RV Javines at para dito sa kupunan ng KEAS New Zealand. No look pass. Bartolome masyadong malalim. He leaves it for another person, and that is an open shot para kay Quirino. Good-looking shots lead to good-looking possessions. Is that right there? It's going to be another opening for David Quirino. De Guzman lining up and sizing up the defense, but that is A-okay. Now, obviously, they would want to proceed a bit more with caution this time. Sanchez leaves it. Another opening for Javines, and that's the second time. Harvey Javines now with another three. 8-2 is the score. Almost another possession stolen, but De Guzman keeps it on their side. So with that being said, this is going to be another possession going to the side of more opportunities. 14 seconds on the shot clock for Elite WA. Now there's going to be an opening, and that is a first good look for Balay. Now there's going to be a timeout for PSA KEAS NC. They are in the lead, 8-4 with 6 minutes and 44 seconds remaining in the first. Not a lot of substitutions happening so far in this third game of the day here at the Aero Center in Quezon City. Para sa inyong Smart NBTC Manila Live, muli ako si Hans Galeria. It's still New Zealand leading by 4 and everything but the shot there para dito kay Quirino. Lead stays at 4. 8-4 is the score. Malay Flips, but he finds Meyerhofer. Strong take to the basket. And that's going to be a foul called against PSA KEAS. More extra possessions are going to be given. So with that being said, Meyerhofer is going to be going to the line to shoot for two, hopefully to cut it down to a single possession. Substitutions are finally underway as Kenshin Rebusio is going to be going inside the game for the very first time. Meyerhofer's first attempt is a miss. Second attempt for Meyerhofer as he splits it. He now has 3 points in this game. Javines slowly bringing down the basketball. Here's another try from three. Air ball coming in from RV Javines. So with that being said, more attempts coming in from them. What potentially happen here, Malay to proceed and go inside. He finds the open lane, everything but the shot. They slowly are quickly gonna bring it down as Sanchez take to the basket. It's not gonna work. But there's Javines again. What's he gonna do? Game plan, and that's a foul. Just a beautiful thing coming in from RV Javines. Napansin niya that most of the defenders were ready to defend him from the right side. So he quickly went to the left, immediately shifting all of his energy. And that's committing a foul. But at the same time, he's going to have to make his free throws. Javines, second try is a miss. Score stays at 8-5 with 5 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Malay finds Meyerhofer, this time Maoba. Open lane teardrop. Not the shot he was looking for. Rebusio bringing down the basketball para sa New Zealand. Screen is denied. That's going to be RV going up against the rest of them. There it goes. They couldn't really believe it at some point in time as a foul. It's going to be for Mangoba as of this moment. But look at this. Not the best of passes there. As a foul is going to be called right back. Lots of fouls are actually happening in this first quarter of the game. So now, with that being said, it's going to be continuation. There is another foul. This time, it's going to be awarded against Sanchez. First personal foul para dito kay Sanchez. So more players are going to start to come in para sa kanilang oponent. Matrimonio is going to be checking in. He tries to make some immediate impact by going straight to the basket. Meyerhofer three. Rolls off, but there it goes again. This time, it's another opening. As Elite WA is currently on the lead as of this moment. Now the lead is only at 1. Javines thought about the three. Short on that one. Pabalik sa Elite WA ang bola. Mangoba, strong take to the basket, and now Elite has the lead. First 2 points yan para dito kay Mangoba. And for the first time in this game, Elite has the lead. Another take. And that's going to be a foul. Kanilang ibibigay as of this moment. So now it's going to be Javines. Unang bisita niya dito sa line. He's had 2 misses. He's going to have to find a way to rack up some more points here because that's his 3rd straight miss at the free throw line. Hoping for a second attempt here. Is a miss. 4 straight misses para kay Javines. New Zealand playing man-to-man defense, but that's obviously a traveling violation as he got an extra land on his step. 5 team fouls na para sa New Zealand sa laban na to. We're only in the first quarter. We still have 3 minutes of basketball left to be played. They're now bringing down the basketball. Rebusio gets it to another player, and that's going to be the first miss. All of a sudden, an extra opportunity, and look at that. It's not going to be counted. Will continue para sa kanila. Second personal foul na para sa kanilang kupunan, and it looks like since they're already in penalty situation, this is Tabunar landing on that one. That's going to be Tabunar's first free throw made sa labang ito. For a total of 3 points. Make that 4 points already para kay Tabunar. So Byron's going to be checking right back in. Harap na naman sila sa isang full court press. As RP Javines is going to be checking. Almost checking in at the free throw line again. 4th team foul na yan. So close to both penalties na ang ating parehas na kupunan. Now here comes Rebusio finding the open lane. Ball swatted from behind, so that means the ball will stay with PSA KEAS. Now it's Ebue. Struggling to find some more openings. There's Kabatuan. Swinging it. Javines, 3. Does not work that time. Nagtatapikan at papupunta kay Mayer Hopper ang bola. Mayer Hopper sees the opening. But a foul is not going to be called. Babalik ang bola sa New Zealand. Still a tight ball game. Napako ang PSA KEAS sa 8 puntos, and they're looking to add to that now with this possession. Can it come from him? Rebusio with a miss. Kabatuan gets another possession. Rebusio, fake, completely rejected by Tabunar. But Kabatuan gets it again for New Zealand. Kabatuan thought about leaving it for Javines. A bit more than a minute and 30 to go. He gets an extra pass, but Mayer Hopper gets it. Now almost a kick, but it continues. Tabunar lands on an opening, and the shot is not gonna fall due to an offensive foul. Na itatawag kontra sa kanila ngayon. Sanchez is gonna be stepping right back in, and Quirino will also be going into this game so far. Now they continue. Here comes Sanchez. Quickly getting it across. Lights up a 3. That's not gonna work. Poon gets the rebound. Matrimonio setting up the offense ng Elite WA. Has to grab the basketball first. Tabunar, mid-range, is good. That's going to be Tabunar getting his 6th point in this game so far. Now here's an opening. Kabatuan, 3. Off. Ebue. Tries to find some hope. Quirino, a teardrop. That's not gonna work. And there it goes, onto the other side as PSA KEAS are struggling to find some openings here in their shots. Elite WA, they could go for a 2-for-1 play if they want to. There's an 11-second difference between the shot clock and game clock, and it looks like they're not going to go for that anymore. Matrimonio, another foul is going to be called. Multiple whistles from our officials as they see more of it, actually. Matrimonio is going to be here. Misses on that first free throw. It's been a pretty low-scoring ball game compared to the past 2 games na nakita natin dito sa Aero Center. At Matrimonio lands his first point in the game so far. There's going to be a warning from Mangobas. He was delaying the game. Full court, man-to-man ang i-apply ngayon, Sanchez. Or actually, this is going to be Rebucio surveying the floor. Penalty situation na. Ang parehas nating pupunan. So this is going to be a free throw battle for them. Kenshin Rebucio is actually looking to add to this one as of the moment. First try from Rebucio is going to be a miss as the ball goes in and out. We still have 15.4 seconds to play here in the first quarter. Rebucio flips it. Rebucio lands his first point in this game so far. Now it's going to be Tapunar. Finding someone on the other side. Matrimonio only has 5 seconds remaining. He kicks it for Tabunar. Not a lot of room. Everybody running for it. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter of action. Elite WA getting a 5-point lead kontra dito sa kupunan ng PSA KEAS coming in from New Zealand. Score after the end of the first quarter, 14 para sa Elite, 9 para sa New Zealand. Second quarter underway here at That was quite unfortunate. And we saw it as of the moment. Kicking things off here at the Smart NBTC Manila Live. Here at the Aero Center in Quezon City. My name is Hans Galeria. Matchup between PSA KEAS, New Zealand, wearing white, going up against Elite WA basketball. Here comes the Guzman. Tapunar, another midi. He gets the friendly roll. Tapunar now has 8 points in this game so far. More taps are obviously happening. So the ball stays with PSA KEAS. There's someone a bit struggling to rack up some points in this game. Javines leaves it for Quirino. Difficult shot, and he gets it to go. David Quirino providing some life para sa kanilang kupunan. Lead goes down, 16-11. Matrimonio, jumper. That is pure. Matrimonio now has 3 points in this game. Angat na naman sa 7 ang kalamangan ng Elite WA. Javines trying to find his way inside. Now here's Ebue. And Ebue is going to be called for another possession. Rolled up just a minute. Continuation of play is going to be happening here. A chance for Elite WA to increase their lead even more. Matrimonio gets a screen. He goes left. Looking for De Guzman this time. He finds him. More bump. Turning around. More power, but Quirino gets it. And a technical foul is going to be called against De Guzman quickly after some resentments to the call. He had no choice but to completely go back to the bench as of this moment. Obviously, they're talking about it right at the official's table. Number 23, De Guzman.
Technical for using profane language out of the playing board.
Going to be out of the playing court, unfortunately. So with that being said, De Guzman,
Number 23, reach the playing board.
it's really been entirely important in this matchup, and that is going to be a big loss for Elite WA basketball. So with that being said, De Guzman is out of here. And as you can see, I don't know if you see him already, but he is going out already with his bag and slippers on. Hopefully, completely to go for it once again. More substitutions are checking in. Bartolome comes in. Now it's going to be RV Javines. He has struggled in the first quarter pagdating sa kanyang mga free throws. And the struggle stops here. Javines leads all of PSA with 7 points in this matchup. Second try is a miss. But at least he was able to make one out of a lot of those attempts rather than nothing. 8 minutes and 9 seconds. Still in the second quarter. They're gonna try to figure something out. Tuwason, bagong salang lang para sa Elite. At siya nagbabantay ngayon. Javines, slowly paced. Ebue, good pass. And there's gonna be a foul. Called against Elite as Bartolome is gonna be headed to the line to shoot for two.
2 free throws for
Bartolome missed his on that first attempt. You know, a lot of chances are obviously given to the side of PSA KEAS with that free throw line, but they're just unable to convert on that much. But Bartolome finally finding his stride, his first point in the game so far. Now here's Matrimonio, another jumper. Does not work. Ebue taps it to Bartolome. They safely get it across. Javines is asking for a screen. That's going to be an offensive foul. Quirino was a bit too late on that side. Quirino is going to be going back to the bench. And itong si Kabatuan right here on the line. Playing probably at the upper side of things together with Ebue. Matrimonio finding Tuwason. First shot. Not gonna be a make. Balik ang bola dito ngayon sa kanilang kupunan. Nagmamadali itong si Javines. Strong take to the basket is good. RV Javines now has 9 points in this game so far. Now here's Tabunar. That's his favorite shot. And wait a minute. That's going to be a technical foul. Technical foul will be given on Leoj Ebue due to the fact that he was covering right at the face of his opponent. And obviously that's not allowed. So Tuwason is going to be going to the line for the extra free throw. That's going to be his first point in this game. So a total of 6 players have already scored. para sa kanilang kupunan. And the lead has went right back up to 6, 21-15. Sanchez bringing it down. Now Sanchez plans to go right. He finds Javines. Now he finds somebody else, and that's going to be Bartolome. Tabunar going up against Edue, but there's just too much height. Galing dito kay Tabunar. So make that 12 points already para kay Tabunar, leading all scorers in this one. Now they try to proceed, but Tabunar had a better hand on it. They try to proceed. And that's going to be a defensive stop called against him. Turnover para sa kanila as of this moment. Halfway point of the second quarter we are. They try to proceed as of this point. Now there's going to be an opening. But it's been quite difficult para makahanap sila ng tamang tempo. Juan Sakdalan is going to be checking in. Papalitan niya itong si Sanchez. Matrimonio is going to be bringing down the basketball. Goes up against Sakdalan. There's another try, and he gets it in. Watson gets his third point in this game so far. Now that's the second personal foul coming in from Mangoba, but the lead is already up to 8. There's another attempt, just a soft pass. Now Matrimonio turning on the Jets for 2. Beautiful play here coming in from Matrimonio, and the rest of Elite WA basketball. PSA needs a timeout. The men in blue lead by 10, 27-17. Back into the action we go. This is now a 10-point lead na hinahawakan ng Elite WA basketball. They're trying to figure something out with their attempts for most of the time. Pero kickball. Baseline inbound para sa kupunan ng PSA KEAS. They're looking for something here. Another attempt at the baseline inbound is going to be happening. There it is. Bartolome tries to get a hold of the basketball. And that's a possession loss para sa PSA KEAS as it is so crowded in that paint area. Now Tabunar tosses it over para kay Mangoba. He turns around. That counts. Mangoba, that's 1 point in this game so far. So now more people are going to be checking in para sa PSA KEAS New Zealand. And that's an extra make para kay Mangoba. He now has 5 in this game. Trying to rush things, but not the best passes there. Tuason lights up a 3. Does not work that time. Avines gets another rebound. Now thinking of possibly pushing this, taking it himself. That's obviously not going to work. Sakdalan, right place at the right time, just probably faster. Now here's going to be Kabatuan. He tosses it right back. Santos saves it, but Matrimonio has it now. 4-on-1 fast break. Mangoba all alone on the right. Mangoba now has 7 points in this game. And another turnover as Matrimonio takes it in. 7 points for Matrimonio. This is already ballooned to a 17-point ball game. Meanwhile, look at Javines. Thought about it. Sakdalan had some fight, but Mangoba continuously puts in on the taps. So with that being said, they actually proceed. There's a three, and that finally stops the bleeding. Harvey Avines, that's going to be his third three-pointer in this game so far. Now they try and want to proceed, but there is an opening. That time, it's going to be Meyer Hopper. That's his 5th point in this game so far. Sakdalan, inside pass. As they leave it, that's going to be Quirino. Quirino, that's already his 6th point in this game so far. Matrimonio goes right. Quirino with a steal. Now they're speeding up the tempo. And unfortunately, that's going to be another turnover. Rebucio is going to be checking back in para kay Daniel Quirino. Is going to check back out. More substitutions as Byron checks back para kay Tuason heading to the bench. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half of action. 36-22, a 14-point advantage by Elite WA. Now they try to proceed by Ron. Power that he has. As it is going to be a foul, I believe, going up against Sakdalan. So Sakdalan, both teams already. Española gets the inbound. They're looking for somebody here. Meyer Hopper wants to challenge Santos. Fade away. Does not work. Byron gets another possession. Gonna try to slow it down. Here it comes. 5 seconds remaining. Byron does not get it to go. Avines is planning to slow it down and then speeding up the tempo, taking it strong to the basket. It's not gonna work. Players going for it. Kabatuan, left side. That's a traveling violation. Exactly a minute left in this first half. 36-22 is the score. Elite WA looking to keep double digits at the end of the second quarter. Now Mangoba gets a screen. There's going to be a steal. Everybody wants to run for it. Rebucio plans to set up the defense as of the moment. Sakdalan finds it and takes it inside. That's not going to happen. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Española goes to the right, finds Meyer Hopper. And that's going to be a traveling violation called against him. Exactly 16.7 seconds remaining. The final phase of action. So now Rebucio is going to be right over here. Rebucio takes it inside. Not going to work. Now they're on the run. Meyer Hopper, a second remaining. Right on time, but just too strong. And with that, ends the first 2 quarters of action. Elite WA basketball with a 14-point advantage against PSA KEAS New Zealand, 36-22. Back in action, we are here at the Aero Center for your Smart NBTC Manila Live matchup between Elite WA and PSA Keys NC. They're currently at the lead. Javines lights up a three immediately. That's not going to work for the first attempt. Wala sa New Zealand in this one. Now here's Meyerhofer. Goes to his right. Strong take to the basket, was wide open. Meyerhofer, that's going to be his first 2 points in the second half. There's going to be a complete rejection. Ebue lands on his two. Leon Ebue lands on another attempt. So with that being said, we're currently at an advantage. Opening's not going to happen. Here comes Sanchez. Strong take to the basket. Everything but the shot. Mangoba with a rebound. Now it's Espaniola's turn to repay the big guy, and that's exactly what happens. Mangoba has 9. Another attempt. This time it's Byron. Everybody getting the way that they want in this game so far. Look at that. Another possession lost para sa kanila.
14 seconds on
That's
the
all
shot.
effort made by this team right over here is practically working for this team as of the moment. Now there's a continuation. It's not going to happen so far, but then all of a sudden, Javines, the lone Kiwi on the other side. He goes up against 4, 5, finds Sanchez, 3. No good. Rebound by Hinojas. Now they're going to slow it down. Espanola. Cross-court pass to Hinojas. Now 10 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Can they find something here? Espanola gets it in. Espanola finds another one. Ebue, right over there. Find another opening as of the moment. Substitutions coming in this time. From this team right over here, Santos is going to be stepping back out. Kabatuan checks right in. The lead goes up to 21. Now they wanted to have an extra pass. Patungo dito kay Quirino. Inbound pass coming in from Javines, and there's Ebue. That's not going to work. Now it's Hinojas turning on the Jets. Using that left, that's not going to work. Sanchez wants to speed things up. And that's going to be a possession lost. Babalik ang bola dito sa Elite WA. Lead is up to 21 for the Elites. Byron using his body. Reverse is a miss. Hold up. That's an offensive foul called against Ebue. As Agudo was caught in the crossfire as well. Final 14 seconds on the shot clock. Ebue is going to be checking back out. Now the play resumes. Tabunar, 3. That's not going to work, but look who's there. Meyerhofer. Now a total of 9 points in this game, and this lead has already ballooned to a 23-point advantage. Javines doing everything for himself. That's not going to work. Hinojas, quick passing to Tabunar. Pero nabitawan niya, kaya babalik ang bola dito sa PSA Keys, New Zealand. Sanchez bringing down the basketball. Kabatuan, 3 on the way. That's finally money. Kabatuan gets his first 3 points in this game. And that's a much-needed bucket para sa kanila ngayon. Myron thought about it. Myron, some room. Kaboom! Myron gets another shot at it. Lead goes back up. Tabunar. Iniwan na lang talaga, and that's another one. Everything going well. First 2 points para kay Hinojas. And the lead is up to its biggest at 25, 52-27. Lamang ang Elite WA basketball. Everything is obviously going the way Elite WA basketball wants it to go. And now they're going with the press. Rebucio thought about it. Almost a traveling violation. But Quirino finds it this time. Bartolome breaking the cold streak. Bartolome now has 5 points in this game so far. It has been quite a low-scoring ball game para sa Elite. Española tries to proceed. Kicks it out. 3 from Hinojas. It's not gonna work. Bartolome couldn't get a hold of the basketball. Kaya babalik ang bola dito ngayon sa kupunan ng Elite WA with 14 seconds to shoot. Now here's Meyerhofer. Tabunar, that's his favorite shot. 14 points para kay Tabunar sa labang ito. Just quick passes, decisive shooting manners. Now Javines gets multiple screens. Mid-range jumper is good. RB Javines, that's the only player in this PSA KEAS who's in multiple figures. And now he tries to go and proceed. That's not gonna work. That's going to be another case as of this moment, trying to figure it out on the other side. Tabunar kicks it out. 3-pointer on the way. Masyadong malakas. Now it's Kabatuan. Will he choose to go the other side? And he uses that layup to finish. Kabatuan gets 5 points in this third quarter alone. Much needed. Baba ang Kalamangan, 71. That's an offensive foul against Española. More likely, big guys checking back in para sa kanilang kupunan. Substitutions are obviously underway. (33-54) is the score. Gonna be another one. Rebucio tries to go inside. Traveling violation. It's gonna be called against Rebucio as of the moment. Tuason gets the possession. They still lead by 21. Less than 3 minutes. Tuason, 3. Rolls off. Now they try to proceed. Kabatuan. Traveling violation again. Fundamental errors coming in from PSA KEAS New Zealand. Those possessions would have helped them cut the lead down. Now it's Tuason. Another try. Short this time. They try to proceed as of this moment. Venus uses a flurry of moves, but it hits the legs. Now it's going to be them. 10 seconds remaining. Repucio plans to leave it. Javines again. Too strong. Final 2 minutes of the third. Nagmamadali pa rin sila. Hinojosa is asking everybody to slow down. Now it's Matrimonio. They wanted to go at it. Hindi nga lang papasok yun. Now it's Rebucio. They try to proceed. There goes Cabatuan. Gets it in. Cabatuan has 8 points in this quarter alone. Better late than never. Tuazon, babawi. That's exactly what he does. Tuazon now has 6 points in this game. Cabatuan turns around, up and under. That is a foul. More options and opportunities as Javines goes back to the bench. Paguyo is going to be entering this one for the first time. Cabatuan scores 1. Cabatuan, a total of 9 points in this game so far. He makes them both. He's now the second PSA KEAS player in double figures with 10. There's an opening. Tabunar. That's a traveling violation. Making a late game run is this PSA KEAS team. They were down 25, but they've made a 6-0 splurge. So hopefully cut it down to 19. Here's Paguyo, bagong salang pa lang, turns around, powers himself. And that's going to be a foul. Called against him. So with that being said, para kay Paguyo. Just a miss coming in from Paguyo as he plans to take his time. Second attempt is a make para kay Paguyo. So with that being said, he now is on the board after being in the court for just 10 seconds. 30 seconds remaining. Double attempt. Tries to proceed. Poon gets the miss. Now there's a fast break opportunity. Paguyo, strong take. And he goes back to the line for another visit. This is now starting to be a 7-0 run para sa kupunan ng PSA KEAS. First attempt from Paguyo is another miss. The last time he was here, he was able to split it. Tignan natin kung ganun nga ang mangyayari ngayon. He misses both this time. Cabatuan gets it for the team. But Elite gets it right back. 3-on-1 fast break. Tuazon leads it. Again, a Poon. Move forward, Cabatuan, 3. Air ball to end the third quarter. And with that matchup, after 30 minutes of gameplay, it is still Elite WA basketball leading by 20, 59-39. Sa aming pagbabalik, it's going to be the final frame of action here at the Smart NBTC Manila Live. That's going to be Tuazon's second three-pointer in this game for a total of 9. 9 points, or maybe 8 because he was caught stepping on the line. So that's 39 to 61. There's an attempt from Santos. Not gonna work. Ebue is fouled. So Leoch Ebue is gonna be going to the line to shoot for 2 this time.
Last ball, his second personal. For the count, 2 free throws for
Ebue misses on the first yet again. This has been an ongoing problem para sa kanila as of this moment. Second try for Ebue is also a miss. Paguyo providing some life, goes in and out. They try to figure something out. Watson, another 3. Gets it in. 3-pointer. Is money para kay Tuazon. That's going to be the second 3-pointer from Tuazon in this game. They are up at their biggest, back at 25 points, 64 to 39. Full court man-to-man is now underway. Depensang ipinapakita ng Elite WA. Obviously, a traveling violation. Na itatawag dito kay Paguyo. As the ball will go right back patungo dito sa Elite WA basketball, who has been dominating so far, 64 to 39. 3-pointer again from Tuazon. He's been red hot in the fourth quarter. Fourth 3-pointer in this game so far. My goodness. Dominic Tuazon just knows how to shoot that ball, especially from the corner. And he converts on the end one. So now with that being said, Tuazon has 15 points and 3 3-pointers. And that's going to be Avines. Pick it up where he left off. He has 16 of his own. Malay opening. Not going to work that time. He gets another one. Tuazon, heat check. Now stopped as of the moment. Good effort coming in from Boone. So with that being said, babalik ang bola dito ngayon sa Elite WA. Now here's Tabunar. Malay, 3 on the way. It's not work. Matrimonio gets the break up. Matrimonio now with 9. Lead goes up by 29 points. Avines tries to find something in the middle of contact and he still gets it. RB Avines now with 18 points in this game. They're completely down as of this moment. Tuazon thought about it. Iiwan pa sana. Muntikan pang mapaganda. There's going to be another substitution for them. 70 to 43. Here's Poon this time. He tries for 3. Masyadong malakas, but Matrimonio gets another effort at it. Malay, this time, it's his turn to line up a 3. Malay now has 5. Multiple players scoring at least 2 field goals. Here's Kabatuan, as he's going to be called for a foul. Kay Matrimonio, ibibigay ang foul na yun. Stepping out. Kabatuan, first attempt at the line is going to be good. He's heating up in this final half of action as he has made it the 12 points sa laban ito. He scored 10 points in that third quarter alone. Unfortunately, it's probably is just a little too late for him to start heating up. Here's Swasan again. Not working that time. Meyerhofer keeping it in. This time, Tabunar for three. Everybody jumping for that. The ball stays right with Elite WA basketball. As a timeout is going to be called para sa Elite WA basketball. They are in cruise control by 28 points, 73 to 45. Baseline inbound is going to be retrieved by Tabunar. At ibabalik niya dito kay Malay. And then all of a sudden, just miscommunication on the end between Meyerhofer at itong si Española, or Malay rather. Now they try to proceed. Sanchez moving in quickly, step back three. Not the most successful, but Kabatuan right there to pick up the goods. Kabatuan has scored all of his 14 points in the second half. Hopefully trying to lead this one. Here's Swasan with a fake jumper. That's not going to be made. Kabatuan wanted to go at it, but Malay gets another rebound. This time, Meyerhofer was pushed by one of the members of New Zealand, so a foul is going to be called yet again. More substitutions are going to be happening as Agudo goes back, and the sniper, Tuason, is going to be going back to the bench. Here it comes, another one from Tabunar. He lands another opening, and the shot is good. Tabunar now with 16 points. What a performance. Bartolome slows it down. Quirino this time. That's not going to be made. Tabunar turning on the Jets. Kontra kay Quirino. Won't work. So now Kabatuan asks to slow it down. And now he sees the advantage. Finds himself inside and he gets it in. Kabatuan. He now has 16 points in this game so far. How unfortunate for him to heat up only in the second half. There it goes again. As somebody was fouled. Agudo's going to be going to the line. First attempt para dito kay Dan Agudo. Goes in and out. Final 4 minutes and 23 seconds. Ang nalalabi dito sa ating laban. He splits him at least. So that's going to be Agudo's first point in this game. Better late than never, obviously. Sanchez gets the screen. He wants to proceed, finding another lane, and he gets it in. Gerald Sanchez, that's his first 2 points in this game. And same goes for him. Obviously better late than never, but look at Meyerhofer. Taking advantage of the mispositioning of the defense, and he was able to control that. Venus. Ball stolen by Malay. Now he wants to go inside and is fouled whatsoever. Now he asks to proceed. Celis and Peralta checking in. para dito sa PSA KEAS. Final 3 minutes and 30 seconds of this game. It has been a completely dominant performance galing sa Elite WA Basketball. Malay, 3. Won't work, but look at Meyerhofer simply going for the glass right away. So now with that being said, Venus goes back to the bench. Rebusio checks back in. And Meyerhofer misses on this first attempt. Second try for Meyerhofer as he splits it. And he now has 12 points in this game. Look at Agudo. He's provided some more alive. He almost made it too. Just didn't work that time. But look at Rebusio now, finding his way inside. So Rebusio has 3. Meyerhofer has lined it up again. Meyerhofer, a solid performance for a total of 15 points in this game, a steady contributor for Elite WA. Now Rebusio, bagong pasok na Celis, iniwan kay Peralta. And you love to see the players from PSA KEAS very happy for Peralta, who scored his first 2 points in this game. And Celis also with the assist on that one. Now here's Agudo, rejected. Quirino with the defense, but that time, Meyerhofer, too tough to be stopped. He has 17. Kabatuan, immediately stopped from that specific area. Final 2 minutes of this game are now completely underway as they try to finish things off strong. Peralta, good pass. Iniwan niya sana, but it just won't work para kay Quirino during that time. Espanola goes right and then left after he gets a screen. Now Agudo couldn't get a hold of the basketball. Pero sa kanila pa rin naman ang bola. 10 seconds on the shot clock for Elite WA to work on a shot here if you want to find something as of the moment. Meyerhofer finds Byron. He goes right. Midi doesn't get the friendly bounce. They still have it anyway. Now it's Kabatuan. Oh, fader. It's obviously not going to work that time. As Espanola turning on the Jets. Byron. Does it get the jumper to fall? Now with that being said, Peralta is going to be bringing the basketball down. Peralta, strong, take to the basket. Just wouldn't work. Celis doesn't get the opportunity he wants. 41.8 seconds remaining. Can he find something here? Slowly milking away is the clock, and another foul is going to be called. Meyerhofer is going to be called for yet another foul. Just his second personal foul, so he'll be able to stay in the game, but just an incredible performance, especially on the defensive end, coming in from the side of Elite WA, as multiple players were able to heat up and take control of the situation. It's just that the rest of the others were just in full control of everything that's about to happen. Shot clock is now off. 15 seconds remaining. Oh, they're not going to have it. Incredibly important, if I should say, by Ronlance on that shot. Not going to be made. Celis with his second rebound of this game, and that is going to be the end. Elite WA basketball getting the victory, going up against PSA KEAS from New Zealand. Their final score, 84-55. They're going to be getting a win in this Smart NBTC Manila Live.